authority order. Oh, you know, let me see your order. It's like a certificate hanging up. Do you have it hanging up? Are you a constitutional officer? And he said, call them by their name. Are you constitutional officer blah 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 Johnson? Are you constitutional officer administrative clerk Johnson? And if they skip around that question and try to get to the subject, and they keep avoiding your question, you can invoke your consular rights, and hold them in default.
Right. Now,
Judgment.
along with that, you have to understand that the jurisdictional issue, you supposed to have a chief, organic to the land chief, that the court's supposed to contact and give them notice according to the treaty. This is what W. Ali had set up. But the original setup of the Moorish Science Temple under W. Ali was tribal setup using corporate jurisdiction to show them that, okay, so it was set up like this. You run into it with the policy enforcer, right? The policy enforcer in turn kidnap you because he's operating off what they call wartime doctrine. In the wartime doctrine, you catch the hostiles, which is the enemy combatant, and you detain them until they are negotiated liberty by a chief or a barrister. The barrister is acting under a charter from King George III coming out of Savannah in 1863. And they moved to D.C. in order to, because they have used titles of nobility, they have to be stationed in a independent nation, which was D.C. was a city-state like the Vatican and like London. So this is what they was using, and all of the other bar associations as franchises or satellites. And so that's why they was able to artificially assert jurisdiction under the color of law. But when you take away the color of law is when you asking them to show you a certificate of jurisdiction and proper style and title.
Right. Oh, and he also said too, make sure you ask, when you ask for the delegation of authority order, you also have to ask the surety, make sure that the surety bond is attached to it as well. Because they can't provide, if they can't provide that shit, it's like treason. Because you operating without a bond on here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because that's what they doing. They operating without a bond. So they operating under what they call assumed jurisdiction. Barristers is only dealing with the paperwork and files of the royal family. So they only dealing with an internal matter among barristers. So they maintain subject matter jurisdiction at all times. What they don't have jurisdiction over is the organic people of the land when they know who they are. They become in a superior position to the legal fiction because they are the de jure person in a proper persona.
Right. Yeah, man, this stuff is important because I was like, man, okay, what should we do at this time? Because I'm like, both of y'all be teaching, again, stuff that is so vital for us to know at this time, But we in this really interesting period.
Todd's been teaching the same thing for 50 years, but he's been waiting on the closer to close the contracts. So a lot of what he's teaching is not that it was wrong; it's expired now.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. We in a period now where it's like it's phasing out. And so he even said that like where this time period, the stuff I'm teaching you is obsolete now because the systems now are collapsing. So I'm not going to be on here teaching you the same thing. He said this is mental exercise for you to understand what the hell is going on and how they've been locking us up in this contract. But for the most part, we're moving into a whole new earth at Midgard where this is not going to be the case. There ain't going to be no paperwork. The people are going to get what's coming to them, what's owed to them after they've been robbed, So, yeah. Y'all be speaking that real shit. I appreciate that. The people
You see this question right here, Paige?
Sister Kelly, yeah, what's going on, Kelly? Okay, so Chief Page, she right. If one of us in that position of being kidnapped or being in the court setting, what do we do first? Declaration of authority or certificate of jurisdiction? So, I just listened to actually the Quo Warranto lecture that
Taj.
that Taj put out, and I also just spoke to Brother Lamont Maurice L, which is the consul of Morocco Consular Court, and they were saying like it is best for you to be out if you get kidnapped and under duress or threat. If you get out, you make bond or whatever. You don't want to go back in there. Like if they say you have to appear in court, you don't want to go back in there because you're never supposed to be in there in the first place. They didn't honor when they pulled you over, so you're never supposed to really go back in there in the first place. You're supposed to be in a consular court. So if you do have to go in there, though, you do want to, before you get into the subject matter and before they start playing chess with you, first thing you do ask for is the delegation of authority order. You ask for that certificate and attach with the surety bond. Because if you get all up into the subject matter, again, anything you say or do can be used against you.
Ain't no can, it's will.
Yeah, will. So don't get all up into trying to tell them about the charges and all this. No, you have to establish if they have jurisdiction first. And how you establish if they have jurisdiction first is by asking them, do they have the delegation of authority order, period. And if he jump around the fence, he or she jump around the fence or whatever, hold them in default. They in default at that point.
Yeah. So if you go into a court, if they drag you into the courtroom and they try to arraign you on something, and the judge asks you how you plead, the only answer is that you can't enter a plea, right? You have no standing in this court, and you have no remedy because the jurisdiction is defective. They have to then stop everything they're doing to establish proper jurisdiction. The only way they can establish proper jurisdiction is by presenting the statement of jurisdiction in proper style and title.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the main thing, because I feel like y'all, the kidnapping, although again the frequency is being raised, but I don't think that's gonna stop some of these devils from trying to kidnap more people.
Oh, because they believe that they the fucking law and what they say is binding because they are the personified law walking around in a uniform.
Yeah.
They got a term for it. It's called contempt of cop. Y'all need to look that up. Contempt of cop. That's the psychological development that these police go through. They become, in their minds, the law book start walking around as a person. And anybody who thinks they're above the law is really about to get fucked up by the motherfucking policy enforcer.
Contempt of cop.
Yep.
Good to know. Yeah, man, that was a question that I definitely had, Rod. I was like, man, I wondered like what should we do on that, with that, but you answered that definitely, and Taj did too. All of it makes sense. So give thanks and gratitude. They said, what about civil suits if they try to summon you into their punk ass court for past due bills? Does the same apply?
I'm not answering shit from their courts because they don't have no jurisdiction. But it don't mean that they won't put a lien on your social security number to garnish wages or nothing like that. Because they tried to do that shit to me. But they kissed my ass because they ain't smarter than me. But a lot of the stuff, a lot of the individuals can't do because they don't have the sufficient knowledge for follow-up dissertation back and forth with the judiciary. Right? So that puts you in a state where you have to have your chief, who is the lawyer of the land, right? So you got tribal courts that's been around and they still here, and the chiefs is the one who represent the clients.
Yeah. And those chiefs, would they be considered consuls?
The chief can sit on the judge seat. In the tribal
Okay.
court, the judge is a chief, male or female.
Okay.
The judge position is the chief. When the people come in, what they use is the grand jury. They got that from us. That's not in Europe. The grand jury
Right.
was elders in the community where you go and you presented your complaint, and they would examine it to see if you've done anything that's in fact punishable by tribal standards. A lot of this shit that's punishable in Western law is not punishable by tribal standards.
Mm. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hey,
Wow.
thank you for coming to talk to me, sweetie. I ain't heard from you
Hey,
in a minute.
hey, as always, thank you so much, Ryan, for all you do. And we definitely gonna talk soon. For sure.
Okay. Yeah,
Take
because
care, Chief.
we finna see this shit fall.
Oh yeah, it did. Peace and love.
Peace, goddess. I'm gonna take one more caller. Peace, God.
Peace to you, peace to you, peace to you, Big Rod.
What it do, what it do? Tell the people where you calling from so they in the loop.
I'm Raphael. I'm calling from Chicago.
That's right. City of Win in this bitch.
You already know. So I've been lately. The universe has been sending me like my numbers. I'm a 9 life path, so it's been sending me 999, and everybody I run into been a 9 life path. So I had started doing a lot of looking into myself before I can try to guide somebody else because they asked me for guidance. And then I looked it up. It was like the Archangel Raphael, which my name is Raphael. He celebrated on the 29th of September. My birthday on the 30th of September. So I'm trying to see the significance in that and what you think about it because I feel like I know what it is, but I'm always looking for the clarity, especially from somebody like yourself.
Now, so what did it tell you Dane Raphael mean?
It said the healer, natural humanitarian.
That's
First of
not the
all, right,
meaning of the name. That's the function of the position.
right. So I don't really know what the meaning of the name is. I just know the function of the position.
Right. So what you're doing is study leap year. Understand why we got a leap year.
Okay.
So it's you playing hand grenades with your birthday. Horseshoes and hand
Right.
grenades. Almost. It's close enough.
Right.
Right. So when you just go look it up for yourself, see what leap year is there for. Because it's to make up for lost days. Right?
Okay.
Then look at your birth year in relation to the closest leap year. You're gonna either be 1 year after or 1 year before if you align right with the Raphael birth energy or celebratory energy. You could
Okay.
calculate the day. If you in the middle 2 years between them, then you're gonna be either 2, 3, or 4 days off. The second day you either 2 days off, and the third day or the third year you're gonna be behind 2 years. So you get 2 years ahead or 2 years behind. And the
Okay.
days is significant because in a leap year you got 366 days. Right. So when you look it up, follow what you feel because it's gonna send you to more research.
Okay. And another thing, I had a dream, right? I was in a room. The room was like pitch black. It was like pitch black. Like I can't make this shit up. And I seen a black horse. It was just sitting there, and it was just looking at me. And then I woke up. I'm
The
like, what?
black horse is it measures. If you read in it carries the scales in his hand. This,
Right,
this the black horse.
right. And I'm a Libra, so I am the scale.
See, so the black horse comes at the end to give everybody their due portion of the proceeds that Big Mama got for us after we get done with the closing of the age. Right. So the
Mhm.
reason it was still because it's not time to pay up yet. If it was time to pay up, it would have been on the march, either running to you or from you. Hopefully, it'll be running to you because it's coming to bring you a whole bunch of wealth.
Mm.
Yep. The
Okay.
black horse is very, that's us. And ride 6 black horses, cleared my mind with a black and mild. Roaming through these ghetto streets, guess you could call me a ghetto child.
Okay.
Tomorrow's never promised, so we live our lives today. Roaming through these ghetto streets, we sit and wait on the judgment day.
Look, you killed me with your
That's
song
that
too.
Wu Way right there, boy.
Okay. Okay. I had one more thing to ask you. Uh, I heard you mention in the video. I've been trying to get you to talk about it, but you know, like you always be like, look, I ain't gonna talk about none of that right now. I'm on a specific mission, and I respected it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say anything about it no more, but I did hear you mention uh cryptocurrency in a video. I think it was with Young Elder, and I had a little bit of knowledge in it. I came to your inbox like, yo, if you want to do a video on crypto and you know have people heads against inflation, we can do it. But I was just trying to see your take on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I know what I know, but I was trying to see what you know because I really wanted to hear you talk about the situation.
When it comes to money, truthfully, I don't trust any other currencies.
Uh,
I don't trust it. So my first response is to tell people, if you got money in the bank, take it out and buy gold and silver coins.
mm,
Cause no matter what happened, that shit not gonna lose value.
right.
The dollar, the bottom gonna fall out that bitch in seconds, and you're not gonna be able to prepare if you're not already prepared.
Exactly.
But right now, I don't really trust any of the currencies, so I can't really dialogue on it because my trust it don't feel stable enough for me. None of the economies feel stable enough for me to tell people yay or nay.
Okay. And the buy the gold, because I mess with Glint on the gold. They send you a debit card for it, but I'm trying to see how do I get my physical gold and who can I go through that can bring me the real physical gold.
This it's not hard to get physical gold, but you got to make sure that when you get it, it's a 99.9999,
Right.
right? And
Yeah.
that's how you know you got the right shit.
So if I got a 10 karat gold chain, what is
10
it?
carats is mostly 10.
Right.
And so they
Okay.
melt the 10 in the gold and mix it together to stretch the gold.
Okay. Okay, big bro. All right. Well, I'm about to do what you said do. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everything that you do for us. And yeah, I'm out of here.
All
Stay
right, peace,
safe.
God.
Yeah.
Mm. Peace, God. I can't hear you. You got no sound coming through. You sure you ain't got your mic on mute? Look for the microphone icon. Try turn your Bluetooth off. No sound. I'm gonna drop you down. Try to come back in. Maybe you'll have sound. You got some good sound coming through. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good. Where y'all calling from?
We're in Florida.
Finish
Down
line.
here. Yeah, we're in St. Cloud, Florida.
How you doing?
I did not know you had put the video on. I'm sitting here talking. It's so good to talk to you. I've been scared. My kids tell me I'm a punk for not getting on your live.
You should have put one of them on there.
Oh, they right here.
They right
Say
here.
hi.
How y'all
Wait, wait,
doing?
So how y'all doing?
Hey, you got the angel
they
squad
said good.
back there. Watching over
Sorry.
mama.
Yeah. It's so crazy. My husband watches you every day.
Peace,
All
God.
right. What's happening?
Taking it easy. I love to
Yes,
see the
we
family
have been.
together. That make my heart out.
Oh yes, we stay together. I keep my nieces, my nephews always with us.
Somebody always with us.
But
Yeah, I
I
love
do.
that shit.
Oh yeah, we love family. Big on family. It's so
That's
crazy
how we
because
was
I say
raised.
I'm the black sheep, huh?
I said that's how we was raised. My mom used to have 50 kids in the back of a station wagon.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I grew up with family being at the house all the time. And then we moved to Florida. There wasn't nobody here, so it was kind of hard. But yeah, I got my own family. But
Well,
I have a question. I got a lot of questions, but I'm not gonna ask everything. But my
okay.
biggest thing right now is I came to the realization when I was digging into my family's history that I am the fourth of a fourth of a fourth.
Four, four,
And
four.
my son is now the fourth of
Mm-hmm.
me. Well, due to a miscarriage, which my mom had a miscarriage right before me, and right before the middle child, she had a miscarriage, which made me the